Welcome back to SiteWorks Infield. We're building this box culvert. Last video we got our culvert alignment. We put our detail sheet in here. Next step is we're actually going to build the box. So first step, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come into my hamburger, Kogo, review and edit data. I'm going to create a line and boundary. I'm going to create the center line of the box. I'm going to just tap from invert in, invert out. Now I have a center line. I like to use review and edit data because it doesn't create extra line points. Next step is I can see, if I go up here, that it's a 6-foot wide box, and on the cut sheet it says there's 6-inch walls. So I'm going to get that edge of box, first step. So I'm going to come to my hamburger, Kogo, create points and arcs, and my question mark, I'm going to go to create offset line, because I have that center line, I can take it. I'm going to keep this as a break line because I want everything to triangulate. My goal in creating this box is I want to create the top of stone or bottom of stone surface to set the box on. So I'm going to call this, because this screen is oriented north-south, I'm going to call this my south edge. And if we remember up here, it's a 6-foot box, so I need to split it 3 feet on either side. But 6-inch walls, I'm going to add 3.5 feet. Because it wants to go to the right, but I want to be on the south, I'm going to change that to negative. I'm going to leave the vertical offset at 0. Now I have the outside edge of my box. Tap on that line, and we'll change this to the north edge. And your naming convention can be whatever you would like it to be. I just try to keep it oriented correctly in my head. There we go. Now we have just essentially a flat bottom edge of concrete on the box. Okay, we are going to actually offset this another 18 inches. That gives us essentially our stone boundary, and then we can do our offset up. That's going to be one way of doing this box. So we're going to take this line here, next, and we're going to call this 18, 1.5, leave it at 0. Call this south 18, we go negative 1.5. Now we have that flat bottom with our 18 inches of stone that we need. If we come out here, flip over our 3D surface viewer, hit our piece of paper, hit our measured surface, we can see now we have a bottom of box, right? That's bottom of box, the edge of where our stone wrap is going to be. We will do a video with the wing walls, but for this one we're just going to show offsetting these lines. So I can see that this is a 1-on-2 slope. So I'm going to hit my Kogo, my hamburger, Kogo, create points and arcs. And we're going to create offset line. We're going to tap our 18. Alright, I'm going to call this my north slope. And I'm actually going to change my vertical offset. Rise over run. Sorry, run over rise. Over 2, up 1. We're going to go back 10 feet. Hit accept. Alright, we're going to do the same thing on our south 18. We're going to call this our south slope. And we just have to go negative because we're going left on that line. Come out here. Let's look at our 3D surface. Now we have essentially a surface with that 18-inch offset and our 2-on-1. Now, that's going to give us the bottom of that box with the inverts of the box. It's not going to give us the thickness of the bottom of the concrete or this 12-inch gap. But what you can do is you can take this surface now. If we saved this surface as design, so I'm going to hit hamburger, data management, surface as design. We're going to say invert box slope. We'll include measured line work, accept. We're going to use outermost points, accept again. If we come back to this, our hamburger, Project setup, go to change project. If we change this now to invert box slope, and once again the naming convention is completely up to how you want to do it. We're going to see now that we have our design surface in here. We'll walk over. I'm getting cuts and fills to where I need to be. That's just one way of doing it. We will come back and do a different way with wing walls.